Sync.
You already pressed it. It's just waiting for it to catch up.
Maybe I'm in a different universe.
Oh, go to the back street.
Back streets.
Man.
All right. I could do the entire Backstreet's Back album.
Okay, I think I'm seeing.
Welcome to the show, y'all.
I think I'm seeing. I don't know. I might be.
Got it.
Robots for the whole entire time.
Oh man, I saw robots today.
You have dogs?
Sorry, I don't know what just happened. That was a fun one. Hey, but yeah, we got dogs. So if you're a dog lover, watch the show because we all love dogs here.
I don't know about we all love dogs.
Man, they seem very nervous with each other.
I don't know what's happening.
That's like a first because
Okay.
I've never I forget that you have dogs because that's why they never made a sound while you were on
Let
on air.
me text my family. I'm so glad it happened the second that you went live. That's super awesome that we've been sitting here for 30 minutes.
Yeah, quiet. Everybody's been quiet, hanging out. See, I don't like dogs for the same reason I don't like water because they're racist.
Water is racist.
Yeah, the ocean's racist.
Mm.
The ocean.
The whole ocean.
I don't think she is. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Okay, I remember now. Okay, so.
See, glad I said stupid something.
Okay, I am one of those wackadoos who loves the pimple popping videos, right?
Gross.
Yeah. Love it. The earwax removal, the pimple popping, the cyst. Anytime it's like the foot where they're like where they're removing the calluses, like.
I'm literally about to throw up. Stop talking.
It is so satisfying. So satisfying. Okay, love it. Well, apparently now my TikTok algorithm has brought me to barnacle removal videos in sea life.
Like people?
No, in like sea life. So like
he's sitting in the water for a long time for a barnacle.
Yeah.
If you're
so now I follow this guy. Instead of the deadliest catch, he's the friendliest catch. And he is catching like crabs and lobsters and sea turtles, and they have barnacles on them. And the whole video is him rescuing one of those types of animals and just removing the barnacles. And then he gives them food. So like the little crabs, he waits for them to open the little pincher and then puts like little meat in his claw, and then he puts them back in the ocean. And it's just like
the sea turtle, I understand. They're friendly creatures, beautiful things. They should deserve to life. But if I have caught a crab, I've eaten the crab.
You can't, because that's the thing. That's what they say is you can't, because the barnacles are so embedded in it. Like, so if it's like infested with barnacles, you can't eat it because it's like all the way through like the exoskeleton. So they have to remove. So they have a little tool where they take off all the barnacles, and then they have to put it in the ocean. So then the crab can has a way to get it to get the rest of the barnacles off, because they're not pulling it off, because if you pull it off, it pulls off their skeleton with it. So you have to just basically pop it and kill it. Look, I'm a professional now. I could do this for a living.
I'm out there killing barnacles.
Yeah, I could do this for a living. I know everything now. So then, I just went down the whole rabbit hole of just saving sea turtles and all this stuff. And then TikTok brought me to the fake videos. And they're and then it's people are no, this is fake. Don't fall for this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a whole new world I never even knew existed.
What is the fake videos of what?
So people are people are stupid. So they'll literally capture a turtle. Well, first of all, they'll capture a snapping turtle. Say it's a sea turtle. Bro, we're not stupid. And then they glue things to the shell, and then they act like they're removing it.
Wow.
It's this.
What horrible people.
I know. Yeah.
Like that's almost as bad as like exploiting your babies for likes, right? Where the parents who are always had their cameras in their kids' face, like, why are you crying, child?
Yeah. Oh,
I
I
am
hate
such
that.
a good parent. Today is my daughter's first period. We're going to get her everything. She had a heavy flow. How do you feel? This is not going to scar you.
Or like when they're purposely showing their kids like the saddest thing on the planet. Like I've seen a whole bunch of parents like making their kids watch The Lion King, and they're like little kids, and like recording when Mufasa dies, and they're just like sobbing. I'm like, put the goddamn phone down and comfort your child. Kid. What is wrong with you?
Hard knock life, baby. They gotta get it.
You gotta get it where we get it. Look, this is about to pay for your college. You better pull up them tears.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, I wish I could have sold my child to Disney, but he can't act, nor sing, nor dance. Not very interesting at all. Not very.
He's an amazing human. He's an amazing human.
He's all right.
Maybe he just hides it from you. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh man, I'd be so mad. I also told him if you have magic or powers of any sort, let me know. I also feel like you're a bad parent if you don't know if your kid has magic powers.
If you get bitten by a wolf-like creature on a full moon, let a girl know so I can also be out there with you. Like this is the time to keep secrets, okay?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, is it bad?
Yeah.
Like how bad is it?
Yeah, it's only 3 days a month. It's fine. You'll be fine. Like, relax.
God, I turned into a monster every 3 days. 3 days of the month. Jeez. Have you ever paid taxes though?
Yeah.
Quit your wife.
Taxes.
I feel like that is a slippery slope. Well, it's only 3 days.
It's fine.
Yeah.
3 days.
It's only 12 hours of childbirth labor. Come on, ladies. Like,
come on. What are you doing? Like, it's not that hard.
It's only 1 week a month. Yeah. I feel like slippery. No. See, it's a slippery slope, but you're like, oh, it's just 3 days.
I do not agree.
I feel like
exactly.
If you are downplaying your lycanthropy of another person, I feel like the slip is already slitted.
Right.
Yeah, like, you don't care about nobody else.
You just had a baby. Well, all my bones break for 3 days out of every month. Like,
but it's not like it happens all day. It doesn't happen all day. It happens like in a flash of mystical light at night, and then it goes away. Like,
obviously, you've never seen American Werewolf in London,
right? Or just werewolves talk about all their bones breaking.
Paris.
Probably the best werewolf transformation scene of all time in American Werewolf in London. It is gnarly and pretty cool, but it does not look like it's very, very, very pleasant.
I don't know. I read a lot of werewolf stuff, so I just imagine it in my brain.
You read a lot of the Alphaverse with a lot of nodding, and
that's not accurate. That's not accurate, Jason.
a lot of alpha and beta male werewolves. Nope. They're like, "I love you, bro. I love you too." And then they're like, "Mwah." And then
let's make out with have babies.
Yeah. All right. And then they knot. And for those of you who don't know what that is, don't look it up. You'll be scarred.
Don't Google it.
Yeah.
Don't Google it. You don't want that.
You want to start at 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Knots. Knotting.
Yeah. Don't stop. Is
that with an N or a K?
Definitely with a K. And
2 T's.
And if you want to sleep tonight, don't look it up.
Yeah. Or if you do, we don't shame here.
Yeah. Maybe you think it's cool. I don't know.
We're equal opportunists here. We just want your views and your likes. And we don't care what you're into. Please.
And here we go. 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Headcanon Circus podcast. Yay, it's another day at the Headcanon Circus podcast. Da-da-da. Wacky fun, wacky fun. That's what I'm doing for today.
We did not discuss that song beforehand, so.
I was trying to think if I could, like, ad-lib a Pee-wee's Playhouse theme song, but I'm like, I'm not that clever. But I could try.
Okay. I mean, you're that clever, but it's not on the spot.
No, that's not on the spot. But thanks everybody for joining us. Please, if it's your first time joining us, or if you've joined us for many times, please do the thing that we always ask you to do, which is like, share, subscribe. Also interact with our content. Comments are great because, as you know, or if you don't know, because you're old and your mind is feeble and you don't know anything about the internet, if you comment, you feed the algorithm. What the algorithm is a wizard inside your computer, and you feed him and he uses his magic to create us money. So feed the wizard, gets us money. So go over there to the internet machine, type in the words, and feed the wizard, please. See, that's a good analogy right there. I'm sure.
Yes, that was fantastic. Fantastic on the spot. Best thing
There's
ever.
an 80-year-old man who's like, I finally understand the internet.
That's all it's been this whole time?
That's all it's been this whole time. Of course, I could not do this show without my two wonderful co-hosts. I was going to think of an analogy on the spot, but I can't today because it's Thursday. Jason, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Just hanging out, ready for the show, ready to talk about the verses with the spiders.
Man. You know what I could have done? I could be like, he's the Peter B. Jordan, Peter B. Mike Parker B. Peter B. Parker. Nope. It's going to be the show today, guys. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be great. Lisa, how are you doing today, Lisa?
I'm just doing great. I'm just here listening to, whatever you're saying and trying to translate it in my brain.
Ramblings. That's what you get when you drink a lot of Mountain Dew and do drugs, guys. Stay in school, kids.
Facts.
So this episode is going to be our Across the Spiderverse episode, where we will be discussing Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse and all the spider goodness or badness that is involved inside of said movie. So, any ramblings or precursors to this before we get into it, guys and gals?
I'm excited that we're finally starting to see new trailers during every movie. That's nice. I think I'll get back to wanting to get to the movie before the trailers start, because I just was literally waiting until the last second because I was tired of seeing the same 4 movie trailers over and over. Like, if I was going to see another trailer of Cocaine Bear, I was going to lose my mind. I've been seeing trailers for that for like a year. So
I feel like that's the one worst thing about YouTube. There's a lot of pretty bad things about YouTube, but the worst thing about YouTube is they always, any new trailers instantly put up on YouTube. So when you go to the movie, you're like, I already seen this shit like 19 times.
Yeah, and Salt the Red Band one. And
So Jason, any shenanigans? Or are you shenanigan?
Yeah, I'm Gan.
Shenaniganting today. All right, here we go. After reuniting with Gwen Stacy, Brooklyn's full-time friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is catapulted across the multiverse, where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting its very existence. However, when the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles finds himself pitted against the other spiders. He must soon redefine what it means to be a hero so he can save the people he loves most. That is what Google says about Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, or if you've been here before, if you don't know, now you know. For everything we do, we give it a 1-sentence review. All right, Lisa, go ahead and give us your 1-sentence review for Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse.
My 1-sentence review is, it's time to party like it's 2099.
All right, we're done, everybody. This show's over.
Thank you all for watching. It was a good run. It was a good run.
Embarrassing part of the show. It's over. We jumped the shark. All right, Jason, hit us with your 1 sentence review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Hopefully, this is a canon point across the comic book movie universe.
Wow. See what he did there? He used the thing to put in the thing.
Yeah.
All right. For my 1 sentence review for Spider-Man Across the Universe is this movie has me fully entangled in its web.
Good job.
Did you steal that from the New York Times?
Yeah. Did I? Is it there? Oh, man.
No, I don't know. I just felt like a very newspaper-esque one to use.
I don't read the newspaper. I'm not 90. Do newspapers still exist?
They do.
They do.
You have to like special order it now, though.
Yeah.
Poor newspaper boys who have to ride their bicycles and they only have to deliver like 4 papers.
I don't think that's how they're delivered.
No. No dogs are chasing them down the street. None of that. No.
It's like, why do I still do this? Only 6 people have papers. Like, I'm not getting paid enough.
Do love
knock
that
on the
game,
door is
that
like,
game
y'all know
so
y'all can get this on the internet, right?
There's
I'm
like
gonna go play
87 ads,
Paperboy
though.
when I'm done. Play some
All right,
Paperboy when I
guys.
leave.
Let's hit our pros. Let's get into our pros of this movie. Pros and cons. There's not really a pros sort of thing that we can yell. Pros.
I don't know. We could do some like pros before hoes or
Pros before hoes.
I agree. I approve. I approve that message.
I don't want to start. You can start, Jason.
I'll go. You want to start,
Lisa?
Jason?
Go ahead,
we
Lisa.
go.
Ladies first.
Okay,
We're progressive.
Okay, pros. My first pro is J. Jonah Jameson aspires to be like Miguel O'Hara. I didn't know if I was like surprised that there could be someone who hated Spider-Man more than J. Jonah Jameson. But guess what? It's Miguel.
I hate your ass. I don't want to see your face.
Yeah. He's just like
go.
a hater. And I loved it because it's like you don't know if you're supposed like. I remember there was one point where I was like, "Who's the bad guy?" You know, and I love that. Like that was like one of my favorite things when you know Spot is the bad guy, but is that right? His name is the Spot.
Yeah, that's a Spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's a bad guy, but like also like Miguel is he's a dick. And
huge dick.
Yeah. So
if I can add an addendum to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love the fact that Miguel O'Hara is his antagonist because he's the guy who's saying you're not the most Spider-Man guy, and he's also not the most Spider-Man of the Spider-Man. He's like both of you guys are like the same dude. It's like the Spider-Man pointing meme that they have.
Yes.
Pointing at each other. It's like, you're not a Spider-Man. Well, you're not a Spider-Man. Like, neither of you guys like are Peter Parker, so you're not Spider-Man. And it's funny that he's the one who's leading all these spider people, like, and telling everybody what's canon when he's the least like everybody else, even less than Miles is, because he injected himself with spider powers. And
who are you, Bruce Banner? Get out of here.
So I really like that he's the foil to Miles because they're exactly the same person, really.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Is he the foil or is he? I mean, he is a dick, but I think he is justification for being a dick. I mean, but I don't think he's the foil to Miles because technically, if the script was kept the way he written it, Miles would have never been involved at all to know anything about any of this. But the person that we'll talk about later on kind of ruins that. So I don't know if he's really the bad guy in this movie. It's like he had a plan to quote unquote save the multiverse that's kind of being ruined by a kid who's kind of being selfish. Let's call it what it is. And he's like, nah, I can't let you get this type of shit roll. Like, I gave up stuff. Everybody gave up stuff. You're not gonna give up stuff, and we got to make sure this rolls. Like,
see, the difference is everybody gave stuff unknowingly, right? It just happened to them. Now, if they had the opportunity to do something about it, every single one of them would have done something about it, right? Because that's just who they are.
Yeah.
So, like, if Peter Parker, if someone's like, "Yo, if you don't stop that dude, he's going to kill your uncle," Peter Parker's going to stop the dude, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he's being selfish. He's just doing what a Spider-Man would do, which is save lives. He's not going to let someone die just because it's supposed to happen that way. That's
Yeah.
not like the way it is. And I'm not saying that, Miguel is entirely wrong because he's trying to save multiple universes and what have you.
No. Miguel's totally right. Like, we keep forgetting that Miles, it would have happened naturally to Miles if someone didn't butt in.
Yeah, I'm just saying that personality wise, Miles is in the right in the fact that if he has the information to save somebody, he's going to save somebody. And that's what he's going to do. And the consequence of that, we don't know the consequence of that because you don't know the future. I mean, he says this is going to happen, but he doesn't really know that for certain, right? Because he's not really like supposed to be Spider-Man for crying out loud. So he doesn't know that stuff is going to happen to him and already stuff has already happened to him. So like,
yeah, why does he have to lose someone else? He already lost his Uncle Ben. Now he's got like all these other things. Yeah, and we already saw
Spider-Man, and that's what they said. Being Spider-Man is
being Spider-Man is putting on the mask and being a hero, regardless of what happens to your life.
Yeah,
that's what Spider-Man does, and I think that they're getting to that point where they're saying it's not about what you've lost; it's about what you do with the time you have.
Yeah,
right. And that's where they come to butt heads because Miguel is trying to avert disaster by it's a utilitarian, like I'm going to do the most good by harming these people rather than just figuring it out afterwards, what happens afterwards. It's like that. It's a trolley problem, whereas he knows people are on the track, right?
Yeah,
whereas Miles doesn't know anybody's on the track. He's going to see the 5 people and save them without thinking that track is on another track that's 4 people on the other side or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just they're looking at the problem from 2 different perspectives.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them are wrong. I don't think, and I think they're just doing what they both think is right. And I do think ultimately they're all gonna join forces to beat the Spot. Yeah. So I think ultimately they're all gonna come to some sort of agreement. Some sort of agreement. So I just love how right now we're sitting here talking about a Spider-Man and if he's a good guy or a bad guy. And I agree. I don't think he's the foil, but I love that we're talking about it and wondering if he's the foil, and it's kind of overshadowing the ultimate bad guy who's literally just like just nuts. Yeah.
Right. Also, too, I have rebuttals for everything I just said, but I'm going to claim to let Lisa claim her time.
Yeah, claim your time, Lisa. We're only on the first one, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, also look at my cat so we can clip this and then we can go viral because cats get a lot of views. Okay. Okay, so my next pro is Spanglish is finally recognized as an official language in the Bronx.
That's on my list too.
So, as a person who studied Spanish most of her life, I always thought that it was so funny when we had native speakers in the class who were asking me to help them with their homework. And I'm just like, what is even happening? Like, I don't even speak the language. You're like, it's different. So I loved it. And I think this is one of my favorite things about Spider-Man in general is like New York is almost another character, like it really celebrates New York diversity, the culture, all those things. And anytime Miles's parents were on the screen, it was always very genuine and it felt like anybody's family, like you could have known that family, growing up. So, you guys got anything to say?
Can I add into that?
Go ahead. Let's go. Go ahead.
Yes, Jason. What was your headline for that?
I think it's Spanglish as well.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to go on a different sort of rant here because I love Miles Morales, but there's something that there's kind of like a discourse about him where like is he Latino, is he black? And the thing is, he's both without necessarily being mixed because you can be black and Latino or Latina or whatever you want to do, or black and Hispanic. There are people out there who are like that, lots of them. So I like how this really does kind of show you that, that's it's a part of his culture to speak Spanish, as well as, get the brand new J's on or whatever, and all that good stuff. And it's very, very, I don't know. I just like the way his parents interact with him and the way he interacts with his parents. It just reminds me of how I want to be when I grow up. I don't know.
In your next life, the next turn you get.
Yeah. Because you can tell there's a deep care between the two of them, or between all three of them, that they really, really care for each other. It's just that Miles yet has to find the words to say like his truth or whatever. Like, I'm Spider-Man, because he's afraid of disappointing his parents. And his parents are afraid of, like, alienating their child by prodding into his life, right? Like, they're trying to find this balance as a family, and as people do when they have teenagers now. And I cry. I was tearing up when Rio, Miles' mom, was like, this little boy is not this little boy anymore, and I'm afraid that he's gonna go off and people are going to see the kid that I know, and they're not going to protect that child. And I, as a father of a black child, that hits me like in the guff right here. So that's Spanglish.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Next is the birth of punk rock blessed us with the gift of Hobie Brown. Maybe we should have discussed before, and we could have just like passed out pros.
Plan before we do things. No, we don't do that.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have a hard time with any kind of Cockney accents, any kind of like thick British. Anytime that it's English, that's some type of Queen's English, I cannot understand what the F they're saying. I need subtitles at all times. And I definitely needed subtitles for Hobie. He was so freaking cool that I didn't care what he was saying. I was here for it. Every time he was on the screen, I loved it. I loved Miles' insecurities about Hobie and Gwen. Like, it was just so funny and real. Like, that was, I think the writers really did a great job in this movie, period. And especially like in a universe with so many Spider-Man to choose from, they really did a great job on focusing on I don't know, like just ones that I would have never thought of, like the Scarlet Spider. Yeah.
Look here, Dr. Umar, we ain't doing that.
Scarlet that Spider, that's the one that was like super emo and was like
Ben Reilly
talking about everything and anything and everything. Yeah. He was perfect. And obviously Hobie, and then there was another, we can talk about Miguel again, and there's another one I should have written it down, but anyway.
Paviter Patel.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Like that was flipping awesome. Like that was so awesome and funny, and in it, I loved how the town was like New York, but not New York. But so they made all the cities. Obviously it wasn't New York, but so it was great. It was great. So I loved it. Okay, so
I'll second that one too. Mine was
okay. Let's talk about Hobie.
Yeah. No, mine was just I never met a punk that I liked until now, and that's Hobie. Hobie was just dope, man. He was about that life.
Offended.
Are you punk?
I'm more of a metalhead, but
Yeah. Okay, so get out of here then. Let the man speak.
That was it. That's all I had. Jason, did you have anything? I know you said you
Hobie is. I loved. Obviously, we're going to be like, yeah, Hobie's great. It's cool that Daniel Kaluuya got to speak like he actually normally speaks in real life. That's just how he talks, and he was really excited to do that. But also, cool thing that I liked about Hobie was they set him up as being like a rival to Miles, especially when Gwen's like starts talking about him, like and in most movies they would have this sort of like tit for tat, frenemies sort of vibe going on. But as soon as Hobie gets there, he's like, "That's my boy over there. I like that kid."
Yeah.
And like it's so like refreshing. Like he's just like trying to like subtly like, "Hey, I don't think you want to do this, man. Like you're gonna find out some shit." Like, and it's like, I got your back. You're like, we don't want to be a part of this. And I just like, I really like that. It was really refreshing to see a character who just kind of subverts the expectation of what should have happened when you enter in with a whole nother person. And I thought it was so cool that he was just like, nah, I don't fuck with these guys either. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just here for the cool bracelet.
Yeah. Just looking out for my drummer, man.
Yeah.
And that ass.
Okay. My final one. This is it, which I'm sure you guys don't have this. My ADHD brain loved the wonderful kaleidoscope of art.
That's
this. Yeah, I mean, this movie. The reason why I loved it is, and I think it's like everything that Madness of the Multiverse tried to be.
Yeah.
And just didn't succeed. We got to see all the different art styles, and I mean, the Lego scene was just so funny. It's so funny, and they just did it brilliantly. So just jumping back and forth, and even to the fact that when you're in the Spider-Man like terminal, like you still have everyone in their own original animation. Like it was like it was so beautiful. I want to just rewatch. I could have watched that movie on mute, honestly. And I could have watched it on mute and just to stare at everything, because it just, I know I missed a lot. Like, I know that there's probably 150 Easter eggs that I didn't even realize I was looking at. And so yeah, absolutely visually stunning and just brilliantly made. So
I think we probably all going to second that one. I mean,
yeah.
Shout out to Drew Hill, because mine was and Beauty is Spidey's name, because the movie's just is a work of art, man. It's literally a work of art in some sings. I'm more, and I just even could probably put in the cart before the horse, but I'm going to be more amazed that they're going to be, the next one's in March of next year. I don't know how you top this, like looks wise. Like, I don't know where maybe you get it all out in this one and you just go to more traditional for the next one, because it seems like it's going to be set more straightforward. But look, kudos to them, man. This is showing the real true power of it, what animation and creativity can do when you really want to take it to another level, but think outside of the norms or the boxes. Because again, we know Jaren, God bless him, he's still complaining about them dropping the frames, even though we know it's a deliberate thing that is being done. But regardless of this, the point is,
yes,
yeah.
In this movie too.
Yeah.
Continue with your thoughts.
A lot of these pure animation guys like Jason, and they don't like that drop the frame stuff. So, but regardless of that point, like I said again, it's still just a masterpiece.
So Jaren is objectively wrong. He's I love you, Jaren, but you're a fucking moron when you come to this. All right, because even in this movie, everything is specifically done for a reason. For like in the last movie, we knew that Peter Parker and everybody else was animated on one, so which means one frame for each keyframe, which gives us nice, smoother action, while Miles was animated on twos, which means 2 frames for every keyframe, which makes him a little bit more jumpy because he was less confident in himself as Spider-Man. And as he became Spider-Man, they started animating him on ones, and so he had that more fluid action. In this movie, they do the same thing again with everybody else. Miles is still on twos, everybody else is on ones, with the exception of Hobie. Hobie's on threes. He's taking 3 frames of 4 keyframes versus the 2, and that gives him even a more erratic look to it. And especially since he changes style every single shot that he's in, it gives him even a more erraticness to his movements, to his mannerisms. And it's just like they thought you had to thought about. They took him 4 years to figure out how to do Hobie.
Wow.
That was like the first thing they started thinking about was how they wanted to represent Hobie in this movie. And it's not even just going to that, but like things with the Pavir Pahakar Spider-Man, you know, they incorporated like Indian martial arts into his movements and just the way that each character moved differently. It's just all so many different levels of different styles of animation, from the art styles to just the way each character moves. It just hits on so many levels. It's so crazy. That shit's hard to do. It's hard to do. Yeah. That's why it took 6 years for this movie to come out.
I wish you could have worked on it, Jason, because you seem so passionate about it. So,
I mean, that would involve me graduating from college first.
But. In another life, in another timeline, you were one of the animators.
Another multiverse.
Yeah,
another universe.
Yeah.
Jason, would you like to go next, or you want me to go next?
I'll go next. Okay. You know, we'll go over the couple. Obviously, Hobie and the animation is one of those things, but one of my first one is a diverse group of individuals assembling at the table, right? Like you could tell that they had various color in the writing room. From Miles' interactions with his parents, especially that part where Gwen uses their first names, and they're like, "She used our first name." Like, that's exactly something my mom would have done.
Yeah.
like who does bitch think she is coming to my house using my first name? Like,
never. I never, and I couldn't, because they were saying that, and I'm like, is it because I'm a Southerner? Because I would never either. But is it a Southern thing?
It's like, probably a Southern thing, but it's you know, a lot of Southern culture comes from Black people. So
okay, I mean that's fair. Okay.
So it's a Southern thing, but it's also like, you know, a lot of you know, minority groups would find that disrespectful. But also to the point where you know, Curran's Sony, you know, the guy who voiced Paviter Parker, like they had trouble like not only designing the character, but also like those scenes in Mumbai, because they're 2 white dudes and a black dude that were directing this thing. They don't know shit about India. So they had this dude come in here. It's like, hey, what would you do to like make this more authentic? He had a voice not only designing the character, but also in his lines and like, you know, the whole chai tea thing, which is
so funny.
It's funny to us. Yeah. You know, just to make that whole world all the worlds feel authentic. And I think that's really, really cool, because they didn't have to do that. They could just like, I kind of feel like especially if you see the original Indian Peter Parker designs, it's just kind of like they just slapped on something that was vaguely Indianish. But this one feels like an actual Indian person thought of this sort of character. My second pro is Let's Go Lego. That 20-second scene of Lego part, not only was it phenomenal, but it was created by a 14-year-old boy.
Stop.
Yes. The kid's name is Preston Mutenga. He did a couple of trailers using Legos that they were so impressed that they like literally like called him up. It's like, hey, you want to do a shot for our movie? And he's like, hell yeah. If I don't finish it, you know, this weekend, because like he did it over spring break. He's like, if I don't finish it over spring break, I'll work on it after I get done with my homework. like hell yeah, it's like, that is the dopest thing that I've ever heard of in my life. And I think that's amazing. And not only was that scene hilarious and fun, but it was all done by a 14-year-old kid, man. And
that makes it even better.
And what I was doing at 14 years old, jerking off in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rated E for everyone, y'all. Rated E for everyone. Okay.
And the last thing that Lisa hasn't covered is the colorfully consistent cameos. It's a feast for the eyes, but if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you're just a general Marvel fan in general, there's a lot of things in this movie that are you're like, oh, that's that thing, and that's that thing. My favorite one would be your boy Donald Glover. As the Prowler in that one scene when he was just like, hey, you know, that guy caught me. He was caught by Hobie too. It was great. But even all the other various, you know, you saw the Spectacular Spider-Man from the old MTV cartoon. You got to see the Spider-Man from obviously the Sony games, because of course they're going to put their video game stuff in there. You got to see Spider-Man Unlimited from that shitty 1999 show. You know,
slow down.
Look, they did not carry on with the storyline from the original Spider-Man. It made me angry when I was a kid, all right? Because they ended that show on a cliffhanger. Okay,
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, those are mine. that are different from releases.
I second the that whole conversation. And my headline was it must have been Easter because there was a lot of egg hunting. Yeah, and the Donald Glover one that lets us now know that the MCU does have a Miles Morales. Probably not going to be Superman, or maybe we get lucky. I mean, Spider-Man, but maybe we get lucky and he becomes Spider-Man. But
it could be older.
That
Miles
does
Morales.
confirm that he has it in there, that he's in that universe now. And then I love the bag over the head Spidey from the Human Torch played a trick on him and and made him have to take that there. I think they even said it was the Future Foundation Spider-Man in there with the black and white. So I mean, I'm pretty sure every single Spider-Man you could think of was in this movie, and that's awesome, man. I mean, I think it's just great. I mean, we all talk about the funny thing about that is that we talk so much about how many Spider-Man movies have been made in like a 20-year span, and it's overkill. And this movie literally ramps that up to like not even 11, like maybe like 1,000. And it's like, oh, you tired of all these Spider-Men? We're going to give you all of them. You're going to enjoy it.
You're going to
not say anything about it.
You're going to get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You're going to get Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. We're going to talk about Tom Holland Spider-Man. Hell, we'll even talk about Spider-Man from 1965. You want a part of that? What do you want? You want more Spider-Man? We got more Spider-Man for you.
Which does make me wish that they would have saved the you thing, took it out of the trailer and saved it for the theater. I mean, you still made a pop and laugh, but I wish we wouldn't have known it was coming, the pointing, because I think that would have really been epic if we didn't know it was already in there.
Yeah. Did you guys see the black suit Spider-Man? I was looking for him,
I did not.
and I didn't see him.
There was one, like it looked like anti-Venom suited Spider-Man. And there also looked to be like a Flash Thompson Venom.
I saw the Flash Thompson, but it wasn't. But I was looking specifically for black suit Spider-Man.
I mean, if you have a black suited Spider-Man in there, I think you're all in trouble, right?
Well, the reason why I was looking is because they keep giving us teasers of Venom, right? Like they had the lady from Venom, and this is not like we had the after credit scene in was it No Way Home? Of Tom Holland. I'm sorry, of Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And so they keep dropping all of these Venom, like hints. I don't want to say Easter eggs, but breadcrumbs. And we saw that Tom Hardy's Venom left part of his symbiote suit behind. So there's some kind of Venom in Tom Holland's universe. I don't know. I kind of like it's time to deliver on that. I just feel like the
Baghead Spider-Man technically is the just removed from the Venom suit Spider-Man. That's why he gets it at the Fantastic Four. So I know it's not the black suit, but I don't get what you're saying. It has to be some timeline where he keeps the black suit, but
arguably the best Spider-Man suit.
The black suit Spider-Man is badass. It's so nice looking. And I don't know. It's just that's just one of my favorite like ones to read. I just like that one. So it's just me being I was specifically looking for it. So but I mean there was a lot. So it very well could have been there. We might just have to freeze it frame by frame.
Yeah.
We'll ask Jared to do that for us.
Foundation guy.
Future Foundation is a really clean suit too. That's a really good one.
But again, it's still black and white, just in a different order of it.
It's white and black, not black.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. I mean, sorry, but that was my second. Yeah, sorry. Do you have anything else? Any other pros, Jason?
Do you have any pros? We're in your pros.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were done yet. Sorry.
yeah, we're in your pros.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, guys.
So yes, I have a lot of same things that you guys have had, so that's always great. I did one of it is always bet on Black and Latino because it was great to see a movie where all the quote unquote people in there were except for one person excluded was Black and Latino. I mean, Miguel, I know he's half white and half Latino, but he's running the whole show there, and then you have Miles, who's Black and Latino, and pretty much almost proves himself to be the strongest Spider-Man, or at least the most clever or craftiest.
I was going to say, after this, Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man. Like that's proven, right? He beat everybody.
I guess it would have to be like he outwitted and outsmarted all of them.
Yeah,
to
he's the best
degree.
Spider-Man.
Well, we know he
granted,
can
I
at
don't
least
think-
excel in critical thinking. Like he's
Right.
just kind of like, let me just I hear what you're saying, but let me just real quick. How about this?
Right. Yes.
How about
You did have a
no
plan.
to your plan and yes
Yeah.
to my plan?
And then my other pro that I had is that did we just get T2'd? And what I say that is that I always think T2 is probably the greatest movie of all time, but definitely the greatest sequel of all time. And why is because it takes all the tropes of a sequel and checks all the marks, but it just kind of turns them a bit on their head.
Yeah.
And this one does it, but also I say that because they gave away that Miguel was going to be the opposing force in the trailer, where you probably could have hit that off. Like if people remember the trailer for T2, they give away that the T100 is the good guy.
Yeah.
And it's like you could have held that for the movie and it would have made it a bigger impact. But also I do enjoy that like all the things that we expected were all turned a little bit. You know, the reuniting with Gwen was more than just her trying to see him. And, you know, even, you know, Obi, I mean, everything in there had a place that was like, oh, we're going to put all these Spider-Men in here because that's what you do in a sequel. You have to ramp it up. And it's like, oh, no, these things have purposes, either for gags or sometimes just to be like, we want to show that this is a huge threat. So we're going to use these abilities to make this work. So I thought a lot of it worked really well. Even the part with Aunt May moving to Florida and even just how they even start the movie. I mean, people forget T2, one of the ways they started is like Sarah Connor's in a mental institution. This one starts with Gwen. So we technically don't even see who we think is going to be the lead until like damn near 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
so
you don't even get the opening the title of the movie until after that entire scene. Like very Scream mess. Yeah, it was great.
Absolutely. So I thought, like I said, they definitely T2'd us in this one and gave us all the sequel tropes, you know, a more older, mature, you know, hero, and he has his little issues and blah, blah, blah. But they also kind of just tweaked it a bit that it made it feel very unfamiliar, but familiar. So kudos to them on that. Story writing still exists, guys. It still exists. Also,
still
the fact that they kind of transplanted Miles' story, because I think I even turned to Jaren and said, hey, I wonder if this whole trilogy was planned out, or did they just do one and it became a hit and they got greenlit for 2 and 3, because how they twisted the spider situation on here to make Miles's whole situation, like it was a very creative thing that would have made you thought that this was all planned together. But from what I read, it was not. So somebody came in and said, hey, this is a great way we can make all this fit in the narrative and like made it believable. So I thought that was really dope.
It's very surprising to me that this is not all planned together, because if you go back and watch the first movie, Into the Spider-Verse, the spider glitches, right? Like it's number 42, like it's not a part of that universe, and they like didn't think that this is going to go anywhere. Like what? Like
Right.
I mean, it's really, I mean, I guess they were just like, we have an idea, we'll just put whatever we can do right now on the paper. And if it goes anywhere, at least we have some idea where we're going to go from there. But I'm surprised they didn't already have like 3 screenplays already written and be like, this is the first one. Let's hope it does well. Here's the second one. But I also want to go back to your Black and Latino point, because this is the blackest movie I've seen since Black Panther. Pretty much every character, with the exception of 2, and there's a lot of characters, are either black or Latino, and or both, and it's I loved it. Spider-Man's black now, everybody.
Yay!
Star Wars is black, Spider-Man's black. Next thing we know, Lord of the Rings is gonna be black. That's good.
Get over it.
Yeah, get over it, racist.
On to the cons.
Yes. Okay. Cons. And these are kind of cons, but okay. First con. Really, Peter? Really? Like I was honestly disappointed that that Peter from, I can't remember which Earth he was, but like
Peter
the
B.
mentor
Parker.
Peter. I was disappointed that he was kind of in on it, and it took him a while to get in, like back to like Miles's side, and but I did love that he had his daughter with her, and she had the, like, I love that part, and that could have very very easily been an annoying part, but
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with it. But it made me sad that like all of his OG friends
Not all.
were,
Most.
well, no, but the ones, most of them, but like, yeah, like
The
I
ones
don't
he was
know.
closest to.
Yeah, it just made me, I didn't like it, and I was disappointed that Gwen didn't just tell him, like they went through so much together, and I know it's for moving the plot, and I understand, but it's still, I didn't like it. It made me mad, and so shame on you, Gwen. Shame on you, Peter.
That's
And
why you can't trust these white women, man.
yeah, I'm saying.
Well, I don't want. I'm not rebutting. I think I'm agreeing, but disagreeing. Gwen not telling him is because in Gwen's mind, she believes that like all the other people there believe that if Miles knows, what end up happening in the movie, that if he
Yeah, I
knows,
get
he's not
it.
going to go along with it.
I know.
So
Yeah.
they all had, from the moment when he realizes that all of them knew all of this, it seems like all of them had already made a resolution or had a resolve that this is the proper way to go. Like, except for Obi, like, and he was only against it because he's just anti-authority.
Yeah.
So he wasn't against it because he thought it was right or wrong. He's just like, nah, if that's what y'all think is doing it and you're the authority, then I'm definitely not with it. So I'm not upset she didn't tell him, because I think in all, well, not we think, we know in all of their minds, they knew if they told him, he wasn't going to go for it, which we found out to be true. So I'm not mad at her for that. I'm mad at her about other shit, but that one was like, lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Also with that, it's like she's also trying not to hurt his feelings too, because like it's not just the fact that he wouldn't go along with it. He was not supposed to be Spider-Man. Period. Like in his universe, he was never supposed to be Spider-Man. Everybody knew that. Like, and that's like, hey, that thing that made you like really enjoy your life and special. By the way, you were never supposed to be in, and you're kind of just like a rando to the rest of us. Like, yeah, what friend's gonna tell you that?
Always taking shit from us, bro. Always taking shit from us.
Yeah.
But yeah, still don't trust these white women.
Yeah, and I'm not I don't think it would have been better if the Miles in Earth 42 would have gotten bitten, because you don't, like, just because you didn't get bitten by a spider doesn't mean you become the Prowler. Like, he would have, if he would have gotten those powers, I think that the world would be in a worse off state than what it's in now. So so who's to say he wasn't supposed to get them? I don't like that he wasn't supposed to get them, because the glitch happened for a reason. Like, all those things happen for a reason, and the universe is mighty in all of its ways. So F that. Miles Morales deserved to get it, and he is Spider-Man. So
you're correct. I mean, let's be real. Miguel could be possibly an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Like, we've already seen that he's let his frustration from his laws cloud all of his way forward. So yes, I agree with you there. Yeah.
And also the alternate version of Miles Morales is called Prowls Morales.
Okay, you know what I meant. Good grief.
I dig it. I still like it. You know, I like it.
Okay, so my final con is, when did the Bronx become the Gaslight District? So they all
never been to the Bronx.
they just all out there just gaslighting Miles. Like, nope, you gotta let it happen.
Facts.
Nope, there's no other way. Nope, nuh-uh. Like, you gotta do it. And I'm just like, Miles, hang in there, buddy. Everybody's full of shit. Just hang in there. So that's it. That's all I got.
All right, Jason.
I've only got one con, and it's to be continued.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Look, if Zack Snyder could put out a 4-hour Justice League movie, and I sat through that shit, I would sit through a 4-hour Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Right? I would sit my happy ass in the theater for 4 fucking hours. You know what? Christopher Nolan's gonna do a 3.5 hour freaking Oppenheimer movie. Like,
Yeah,
Y'all could have made this 4 hours, and I would have still paid my money and come out happy. All right.
I'm pretty sure Avatar was like 6 hours.
Yeah,
so
Avatar was 3 days long.
Hey, we're not gonna steer Avatar's name. We're not gonna do an Avatar.
Look, some people, because I didn't know going into it that it was going to be a to be continued. Brody did, and he was like, "Yeah, it was, they told you." I was like, "I didn't know that." So like, I was like,
I didn't know that either.
Curses, because I was like, "This seems like the end. I think they're into the movie. Why are they into the movie?" Like, so that was very, very frustrating because it was like not right when it started to get good because it was already good to begin with, but it was like right when you're like when you introduce like Prowls Morales and oh my god, I just want to see more of that and just see how that plays out because I'm assuming that he's going to be a primary and antagonist in the next film as well. So I was just so disappointed that it ended. And that's sad.
Yeah.
I agree because I mean that's my one thing on here was the story is too good to not be told in full, and I said they got hit. Well, Fast 10 does it way worse.
For real. For real.
At least this wraps up the main theme of this movie about Miles finally being his own Spider-Man and his own man. It does wrap that up, but the good stuff that we really want to see wrapped up was not wrapped up. And I was like you, when they got to the end, I was like, oh, this sucks because I thought it would. I was expecting more Infinity War, less this. Like, where I was expecting it to end with a conclusion, but But I mean, it's not going to hurt my rewatching ability of this movie. Let's just
already seen it twice.
I'm itching to go back and see it again if I can find some time to sit down and do it again.
Yeah.
But that was your only.
That's my only con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, con. Well, let's see. I have my own list.
Don't trust those white women.
First con, Miles' simp son. Because come on, Miles, man, we can't do this, man. We can't. We gotta stop doing this for TV, and two, we gotta stop doing this in movies that the kids are involved in. She's been calling you her friend all for forever, Miles, and I can't say you can't feel the way you feel, but like we're in an era now if a woman makes it known that you're her friend, don't be trying to put the moves on her. Like, let be friends and keep it moving, or don't mess with her. But then also I hate is like, and it's the same thing me and Jason talk about a lot. I hate it when it's always the black man. The black man is always simping in the movie for someone
wide open.
Yeah, for someone of another race. But when it's in our movies and it's black on black, the black man is never simping in. He's always like, oh, yeah, the big, strong, powerful black man, and the women are just falling all over him. And it's like, we can have that for other races too. Like other races are attracted to black men, and they
Asian women, black women, Native American Inuits.
So like it just drives me insane that every time we get a brother in the movie and it's interracial, it's typically that brother simping. And when I say simp, I'm not saying to the extreme level. I just think that a lot of times in these movies, these women give direct signals that these guys ignore in the purpose of being like, well, I still got feelings for you, so I'm just going to still kind of, and it's like, nah, we shouldn't be doing that. Like, if she ain't feeling it, you're not feeling it. Keep it moving, man. Like, you in New York City, bruh. It's a lot out there.
Plenty of white
It's a lot out there. And you got powers, you can lift shit and show off and flip around and run fast. You should be swimming in it. But anyway, I hate that. It just
addendum / rebuttal /
okay.
Like to talk about this shit as the resident simping for white women, black dude. I feel for Miles's plight. You find someone you think that y'all get along with, who actually, pays attention to you. And, of course you're going to like develop a little crush on her. Also, then my rebuttal is Gwen's fine as hell. Gwen's fine as hell.
She really is.
She's fine
like,
as hell.
I'm simping for her. Holy shit.
But there's one thing they did not have to do in this movie, and they did it, was when Miles is talking to, what's the girl's name? The tech chick, and you see Gwen web him and pull him on while he's talking to her. That's where I'm like, Miles, you gotta do better, boy. Like, because she don't want you sniffing out of nobody else. She wants your and that's the shitty part about being in the friend zone. Because you can't go out and be happy. Because that's
Tell us more, Jason.
Yeah. What else?
And that's why you should be riding the white pony.
Release the snow bunny back in the wild.
Yeah.
But no,
I'll go eat her mayonnaise sandwiches on her own.
Well, and let me give a slight defense to the movie in this regard. Like, Spider-Punk don't simp after her, and she says no big deal that they probably are close, or at least to an extent where she feels comfortable staying at his crib. Like, he makes it no big deal. So in defense, that is a brother being like, nah, I mean, it's whatever, man. So
just to make this worse.
Okay.
Jeez.
You know where I'm going with this?
Jeez.
Hobie.
Yeah.
Did he hit it?
No.
100% he hit it.
No, he didn't. I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
Look, she left her jumper at his place. She wearing his shoes.
A jumper is a sweater. It's a sweater.
It's a jumper.
Like her toothbrush is over there
underwear.
She stashed her toothbrush.
She got a toothbrush over there, bro.
No, that'd be some glitchy shit. I'm not. I don't subscribe to that.
Some
I don't
glitchy
subscribe
sex.
to that.
Some of that good stuff, boy.
There's this
body
TikTok.
be twisted.
This is TikTok where this guy is pretending to be Hobie, explaining to Miles like, you gotta let it go, man. And like he started like talking him out of it. He's like, no, man. I was like, it's like I didn't want to say this, but I hit it. And then it was like, then you hear all this, it's like, we all did.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody but you. Everybody but me. Just to make things worse, everybody, we have to make these things gross.
Cool.
And then my last con was so this was a movie with a co-lead because this is damn near Gwen Stacy's movie just as much as this Miles, and I'm not upset about it, but it was very. I mean, talking about the opening sequence is very jarring because I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, this is a weird way to open this, but okay, let's roll with it. But I mean, you can make an argument, not even make an argument. The movie does end with Gwen. It opens and it ends with her. That's usually leading person standards right there at that point. So, I mean, I guess I don't think it's a negative con, but it is something I will put in there that it is just as much her movie. But again, I got to realize, too, this movie isn't called Miles Morales Across the Spiderverse.
Right.
It's called Spider-Man. So she is a Spider-Woman. So across the multiverse.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay. I also think, because I was at the same time when I was watching the movie, I was like, is she the main character? Like, it took me, and I was like, did I already miss the opening? Thinking that maybe I just completely, blanked through it. But I do appreciate that it let us see how much she did miss Miles. Like, so I think she missed him as much as he missed her, which is nice as an audience member to know, because I don't know that Miles, I think for sure Miles definitely doesn't think that now, especially because he thinks that everybody was, purposely not visiting him and everything. But it was nice to know that she had pictures hidden of him. She thought of him all the time, just as much as he did. Maybe it's on different levels, like hers is on a friend level and his is on a smash level.
His is on, yeah.
But
you saw that
he's
sticky
a 14-year-old boy. What do you want?
That notebook was sticky as hell. No one because it's spider grip.
But
luckily she stopped. He's like, oh no, you can't keep it. Personal.
Good grief.
Yeah,
but no,
sorry,
so
Lisa,
I did. No, you're fine. So I did later. I was just like, well, I'm glad to know at least that she really did miss him, and she's just on the run out of desperation, not because, like she chose to be there. Her dad, that whole scene was with her dad. Oh, and he was being a dick cop. And he's like, oh, armed. And she's like, I'm not armed. And oh, she's resisting. I'm not resisting. Like all those things. Like, it's just, that whole scene was heartbreaking, really.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I would even say to rebuttal my last thing about it being a to be continued, that the story was complete because of a completed Gwen's arc. You know, we start with her. She's saying she's looking for a band. She's looking for approval and acceptance from her father. And by the end of the movie, she's found her band with the rest of the Spider people. And she's also reconciled with her father. So, you know, through that whole entire movie, that's a complete arc. That's a complete story. So we can even say that, yeah, she is kind of the Finn to this story of The Last Jedi. Where she's kind of a main character, but she's kind of not. She kind of is.
But the story doesn't make sense without her. Yeah.
She's not the Finn of you know, Force Awakens, but she's the Finn of Last
Jedi. All right. Is it time to get Mr. Dwayne Johnson out here to do his part?
It's The Rock's rundown, unrelated to anything else.
Anything ever.
CR. That's all our things, The Rock's rundown. For those who don't know, The Rock's rundown is where we're going to list all of our pros and cons in order, briefly, and then give our final score. So, Lisa, do your Rock's rundown for Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse.
My rundown: pros. J. Jonah Jameson aspires to be like Miguel O'Hara. Spanglish is finally recognized as an official language in the Bronx. The birth of punk rock blessed us with the gift of Hobie Brown. My ADHD brain loved the wonderful kaleidoscope of art. My cons are really, Peter, really. And when did the Bronx become the Gaslight District? Overall, I love this movie. I want to watch it 150 kajillion times. It is a 5 out of 5.
Wow, coming strong.
Coming strong. All right,
Jason, what are your pros and cons for
The Rock's rundown?
Yes, for Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse.
Across the Spiderverse. Pros: the first group of individuals assemble at the table. Number 1. Number 2. Let's go, Lego. Bow, 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 bow. Number 3, a feast for the eyes, a gift of glorious animation. Number 4, Spanglish. Number 5, Spider-Man pointing meme of an antagonist. Number 6 is colorful, consistent cameos. And number 7 is Hobie. And my one con is to be continued. My score is 5 out of 5 easily.
Yes.
Come on.
Don't you guys doing this to me? Okay. This will be my rundown, The Rock's rundown.
Rundown.
My pros and cons to Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. So, pro number 1, shout out to Drew Hill, and beauty is Spidey's name. Pro number 2, always bet on Black and Latino. Pro number 3, never met a punk that I liked until now. Pro number 4, did we just get T2'd? And pro number 5, must have been Easter because there was a lot of egg hunting in this movie. Now on to my cons. Con number 1, Miles Simpson. Con number 2, story is too good to not be told in full. And my con number 3, so this was a co-led movie. And oh man, I loved everything about this movie. I said that the week before we reviewed it. I mean, y'all should know what my rating was going to be because I already said this is probably the best animated movie I've ever seen. Arguably the best comic book movie I've ever seen.
Just say the numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give this the very rare but very important 5 out of 5 all across the board, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
We did it. We did it.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we had a 5er. Usually I was the Grinch usually in this, so I'm glad to not be the Grinch for once.
Lisa,
I know you guys are glad I'm not the Grinch for once.
Really think that you're going to be like 1 out of 5. This movie sucks.
You thought I was gonna be?
I was like, oh, I hope they like this movie.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorites. For real.
Oh, you know how I felt. Last week I came in talking crazy. Like,
talking shit. I seen it today.
Yeah. It was amazing. Best shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't even want to see nothing else. I don't even see nothing else.
Let's not even talk about nothing this show. I'm done. I'm gonna go see it again.
Especially off the heels of we watched Boogeyman today and then watched Transformers. I took the girls with me and then
to watch
yeah.
And Transformers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel like I lack sometimes in my parenting skills. I'm like, I'll see you later, bud. You stay here. There's pizza in the refrigerator. I'm gonna go see a movie.
Yeah, actually, I don't think because I don't even know what we're going to review next week because I figured you guys would not want to review Transformers.
Why would we not?
Okay, I don't know because a lot of people have soured on this franchise. Oh, I'm just asking. I mean,
I haven't seen Bumblebee, so I got to watch Bumblebee first, and then
it won't matter for this one.
Bumblebee's so good.
You can watch Bumblebee, but
I mean, I just want to have more content with Kate Bishop in it. That's all.
Kate Bishop is in it. Okay, well then Transformers: Rise of the Beast for next week, and I've already seen it. Yeah.
So, just to go back to a previous conversation about people simping for people, you know that on the TikTok they had this whole thing about like Spider-Man actors eventually hooking up with their Mary Jane actresses, like Toby, what's his face, dated Kirsten Dunst for a while. Anthony Garfield dated Emma Stone for a while. Tom Holland and Zendaya are together.
Shout out to Tom
They
Holland.
are life. They are life. I will be devastated.
There are clips of Shameik Moore, talking about like it's easy to be like, talk about Gwen Stacy when you're looking at Haley Stanfield, and she's just like not feeling it. And I'm like, oh, you poor man. Like, Shameik Moore's not a bad looking dude. She's just like, I guess it's not her type. She's like,
evidently, obviously, shit.
Like, nah, I like him big and blonde and Matt Damon.
I like them big, thick, and juicy. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, Transformers, robots in the sky. Yeah. What we should do.
You know what it is? Maybe she hasn't seen the movie Dope, and that's why she's hating.
Yeah. She probably hasn't seen the movie Dope. That's a great movie. That movie.
We should, you know what? We should call her and be like, hey, Haley,
look,
I really think you should watch this movie and then let's rediscuss.
Yeah. Let's go back to it.
Yeah.
Haley's like, nah, I'm an A-lister now, babe.
Look, I'm Haley Stanfield. I can do better.
Yeah, you're right. Now, if this was like live action and that means his rep would blow up from this, then he might have a chance from that, But voice acting ain't gonna get you that rap.
No. Ain't gonna do you nothing. You're just gonna because I haven't seen him in a live action. I don't, at least not that I'm aware of, in a live action movie since Dope for Shameik Moore.
Who? Josh Allen. Who's that? Sir. She's dating Josh Allen.
Who the fuck is Josh Allen?
He said you would know.
Why would I know a football player?
No, not you. The other Jason. Sorry. I was losing context quickly. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. This guy looks like milquetoast white. Shameik Moore is way better. Way better.
I agree, this guy.
Just go ahead and call her. Give her and be like, hey, I know you're dating someone, but
this guy looks like he still wears his socks when he has sex.
Yeah, he's a white guy, so come on.
He keeps his underwear on.
Let me not change it because there's a lot of white guys that have a lot of soul and are kind of groovy. He isn't one. Josh Allen isn't one of those guys. I'll just say that.
One of those dudes. It looks like he enjoyed White Man Can't Jump.
Did anyone enjoy that movie? I need to go look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I keep forgetting to do that. I want to know if it has a negative rating. That movie was. I don't know what they were thinking.
Geez, no. Look at this. Just the plainest. Even I don't know. I would say Aaron Rodgers is more regularly handsome than this guy.
Aaron Rodgers.
Old as shit though.
looks like a flat tire. I don't know how else to describe it. And out of air. And he's just like, oh no.
That reminds me of the Twitter post that girl had where she ranked all like the football quarterbacks and like all the black ones were like in the top, like in the bottom. I don't know how many, 40 or whatever. I don't know how many teams are in the NFL.
32, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like,
I don't think.
I imagine that Josh Allen was like top 10 on this girl's list, and like everybody's like, "This is ridiculous, stupid." Top 10, Josh Allen? No.
Maybe he got some game. Maybe he can spit them words, man.
He can throw a ball pretty far. That's got to have some points there. I mean, there you go.
Okay, we got anything? We got any? What?
No, I guess what housekeeping. Anything left?
Housekeeping. I guess Jason's gonna kill me for this one. We have to give an honorable mention to Jaren for liking all of our social media posts.
He did.
Which Jason was gonna kill you?
You, because you always are like, fuck Jaren. But today we're not gonna say that because he seriously went through and every single thing that we posted on Instagram, he liked and reposted for us. So Jaren, thank you for your service.
Jaren always likes my posts on Facebook. I do this out of jest, Lisa.
That's fine. I'm just taking a moment to be real and authentic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm
Jason
sure Jaren
could never muster that moment. So
I will never be authentic ever. If I am, I'm dying.
Especially with Jaren.
Oh my death. I really appreciate your friendship. I love you. No.
Okay. Rated E for everyone, y'all. Rated E for everyone.
Still suck.
I hope you die next. See you.
So anyway, all of you people listening to us and following us, if you guys could be like Jaren and like our stuff and content, because we got a couple of new followers because of those reposts. So two's better than zero.
Yeah. That's in the right direction.
As I start continuing editing and getting segments out, so you guys can know how we feel about movies that we probably didn't do individual reviews on.
Feed the algorithm.
Yes, please. The other thing is we got a sponsor hopefully on the menu. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll start doing that. Let you guys know we're working on getting some merch, right? We're just going anywhere and everywhere that we can to get merch.
So we should say we keep a look out for our interview with Hannah Flint. That should be coming up soon.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
I need to give you guys my questions, so because I may be on
questions.
I need to finish the book.
Just get my list and be like, I have all these questions for you here, Miss Flint.
Yeah,
those are my questions.
First, can I tell everybody you're my girlfriend and you live in overseas? First,
we don't actually have to hang out. It's fine.
Right.
I just need to tell my mom.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Well, ever meet her? No.
Yes. So Miss Hannah Flint, Miss Hannah Flint is. We're doing an interview with her, and so hopefully in a few weeks we'll have that posted. It's not going to be a live interview, so sorry,
she's in jolly old England.
Yeah,
and we're not.
And we're gonna have it at a really random time, and we also don't want to sound like idiots, so we're going to edit that one for y'all.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on it because I'm nervous around beautiful women, and I can't do what I do, so. I just go to sit. No, actually, I'm probably gonna be out in the streets working. So
you're able to talk to Lisa all the time.
Yeah. Oh, Jason.
Well, yes, but she's off the market, so I
can't be nice.
Yeah, that was very nice. Well, let me change it. Yes, beautiful women that are taken. I can talk to.
She could be taken. We don't know what her life is.
That is very true. I'm just going to assume she's not because that's what keeps the myth alive in my brain.
Nice.
Good book though.
Yes. Yes.
Lisa's going to be mad at me. I've been working on the website for solidly 2 weeks now, and it's deployed, but it's still not working. I nearly wanted to throw myself out a window because of it. So I'm working hard, Lisa. Computer science is not easy.
You have until the end of the month, and then we're going to Blogger, and that's that.
I will be done I will be done by Tuesday. Wednesday.
At Tuesday at 11:59 p.m.
Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Because this weekend
Okay.
I'm going to Disney World. Sorry, I'm not going.
Oh, must be nice. God, everyone's going to see multiple movies in Disney World. And
I did not pay for this, and I'm not just going to Disney World.
I know.
We're going
You're doing the Star Wars experience.
Star
right?
Wars experience, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I did not pay for this because I was never going to be able to afford to do this ever in my life. And now that it's going to close, no one else will either. So, lucky. Yes, I'm lucky.
Wow. We're going to try to get tickets to see Twisted Toast, right?
Double toasted.
Double toasted.
feel like it's the same group to me. Yeah.
I really thought I had it.
Burnt
Okay.
Burnt toast,
Fine.
toasted. You're like my stepdad when it comes to names and stuff. Like, he'd be always like, "What are you doing? Playing them monkeys?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He would call video games them monkeys because in his mind,
never heard that one before.
In his mind, all the video games are Donkey Kong, and that's the monkey.
Gotcha.
Oh my God. I love Wiley so much.
Playing with the
Wow.
You playing them monkeys over there?
Dad, I'm obviously not masturbating. I'm on have a controller in my hand.
Just me making up names and stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand. Just because you call it something doesn't mean everybody else calls it that same thing.
Just like that's what Carter does. Carter just makes up names for things, and to the point I've just given up now. She calls Luke Skywalker guy that holds Baby Yoda. Because she has a pop that Luke is holding.
It could be two people.
So she just calls it guy that hold Baby Yoda. Riri Williams in her Ironheart suit was a girl with feet blasters. Namor is Wingfoot. Yeah, she just all these names, and I'll be like, okay, all right. I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
I didn't have to guess who anyone was, so
it's very like, so maybe you're the one that's wrong, Jason.
Yeah,
oh, I don't think that's wrong. I'm just amused that this is how her brain just associates it.
Yeah.
Like even today,
she needs a space for more important things, so she ain't got time to just remember all that stuff.
Yeah, the Oogie Boogie. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that's we're going to go see that movie with him in it. I'm like, no, we're not going to see Nightmare Before Christmas. We're not going to see the Boogeyman. She goes, yeah, Oogie Boogie, the Boogeyman. I'm like, okay, it's fair enough.
Okay, Carter. You know what?
Oh, she knows what you're walking into.
As long as you know. That's all that matters.
Apparently, there's like a really scary movie on Netflix. Have y'all heard of this?
I've heard what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the movie.
I can't, but it's the girl from Handmaid's Tale, I think, is in it. I think.
There are a lot of women in Handmaid's Tale.
The main character from Handmaid's Tale. Whatever.
I know she was in The Invisible Man, which was really good.
This is something else. And apparently it's like stupid scary.
Elizabeth Moss.
And they're saying like not to even watch a trailer or anything. And
let's go to her IMDb.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Barbarian when I'm like, don't watch a trailer, just go see it.
I'm glad you told us not to watch a trailer too, because it was cool just going in and just watching it. That movie was fucked up, but it was
because you're like, oh, it's him.
Yeah.
It's him. It is like, oh no shit.
Yeah.
It isn't him. Oh no shit. It's that. Oh no.
Yeah.
But it comes like yeah. That movie just kept me like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I've gotten here.
We were literally like, what is happening? Like what? Yeah. It was just
pretty sure you same moment too when they cut to Justin Long and you're like, hold on, like, is this the same movie?
Yes.
Like,
I think we actually paused it and we're like, how much of movie is left in this? Like how much time is left? Because this is weird. It's definitely like a 3-act play. Like it is 100%. Very much. That was guys.
Yeah,
if none of y'all have seen that. Jason, it's good. You need to watch it. It's
check out Barbarian. It's on regular TV by now, so I mean like cable, so you can definitely check it out very easily.
Square?
I went to the movie theater and saw it, and everybody was like, "Just don't watch any trailer. If you tell somebody to watch it, tell them just go in blind and Enjoy the ride, and yes, a ride it was.
I can't find it.
Maybe it's not her. I'll Google it. But
it's the other girl from A Handmaid's Tale.
Well, I could have just looked like her, but
you know, all the white.
But everyone's saying it's like super scary, and like people can't even get through it.
Oh, Hulu or Netflix?
I thought it was Netflix, but you know.
Oh, Netflix.
Well, pull it in a thread when you find it, because I'm very interested to watch it now.
Okay.
I
would recognize the banner if I saw it.
Is it no one gets out alive?
It's the poster I saw was like two people staring at each other, and it's like their profile. I will Google and I will find it.
Okay. That's all we got for housekeeping. That's usually it's my turn. Same thing. GAnsJuices.com. Go check them out. Get some fresh juice. Brown Sugar Baby in Grayson, Georgia. Check them out. Get some good desserts. And I think that is all I have. Yeah, I agree. We should try to keep the burnt toast, double toasted, toasted doubles, whatever else Lisa wants to call it.
Crispy scone. Can we go to see crispy scones?
Right.
I need to listen to their show, honestly.
So what? Next week we'll do Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
If you're fine, I may see if William from Sketch and Review, he does his YouTube show, subscribe to them to Sketch and Review. If he wants to join us to review that, since we're probably reviewing that anyway.
Do a sketch while he reviews us?
I can ask him to if you would like that, or he can come with sketches
y'all
already. Yeah. This was a terrible idea. Don't re-invite me ever again. But we'll talk more about that off camera. But yeah. Okay. So I've had a couple people reach out to me that want to be guests and do,
That's awesome.
So if they're good,
look at us. Do they have at least 10,000 subscribers and followers?
We're starting to set parameters now. Okay, I gotta be more picky. I gotta be a choosy lover, man. If they have
2 followers, they can meet us later.
They can
out on the internet with my robe open and nothing underneath, asking for invites. I gotta be a choosy lover now.
Yeah.
Choosy mom, choose Jiff.
Correct. You are correct. But that's all I have. Yes, that's it. That's all I have.
Well, I guess that's it then. I guess that's what the Elvis fans come and be here to watch us go away.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this wonderful episode of the Headcanon Circus podcast. Please make sure to subscribe, click the bell notifications, do all the other good stuff, follow everything, comment. Also, be kind, be considerate, tip your servers and bartenders at least 20% if you're not afford it. And if you see Jared on the street, tell him, give him a hug, and then lick the side of his face.
Nice.
Because bye.
No, that's the worst. That's like my worst nightmare. Don't ever do that to me, because I will.
My dad used to do that.
Punch you in the face.
Well, either way, I hope he burns in hell.